Hey, deserving listeners, 90 Day Fiancé. Let's watch.
I am really pissed right now. I'm not okay with his half sorry apology.
Half sorry? Yeah, I would say no sorry. I mean, by half, I hope she means that he said, I'm sorry, and didn't actually apologize. So, yeah. Now, maybe in his heart, he is sorrowful for what he did, but he didn't exhibit that at all.
Apology started off great, and now I'm a little performer. I'm trying to tell him, look, it's not about the messages that were sent. It's the fact that it was presented to you, and you still denied it, and you still pretend to be stupid.
Yeah. So she's holding on to it. She's not allowing herself to be gaslit. She's saying, and I think the word gaslit is appropriate in the situation. It's a very strong word that I don't usually apply, but I think it could apply here. And she's saying, no. All you had to do is admit that, yes, you did reach out to Rose when you were single. That's all you had to do. But you kept denying it. You lied about it. And then you say you're sorry, but you're not sorry. And then you want to say, I'm the performer and I'm the little lawyer.
How are you doing?
You okay? Oh no, he just told me I'm a big performer. I'm performing everything.
What? Wait. What? He said what?
He's mad at the fact.
I can't hear anymore about big act because he's pissing me off and him because he's up.
I don't think I've ever identified with Yara at all, or maybe not to this extent. But yeah, she has a very similar reaction to me of just like, I can't take it anymore. Get me out of here.
He got so mad because all the couples were going after him.
Stop. I don't even know what going on here.
Ed was asking Rose if he can fly out there to see her. He does 2 days later.
It gets worse.
Doesn't work out. He gets back with me. He breaks up with me again. He goes talks to other girls. When we were in Arkansas with his family, he was DMing girls on Instagram.
Wait, what? So is that true? I mean, I don't think Liz would just make something like that up. Wow. Yikes.
Instagram.
You break that phone so he gets tired of buying a new one.
He's telling me I should have defended him.
So Angela's trying to help. Yeah, you just gotta what'd she say?
In Arkansas with his family, he was DMing girls on Instagram.
You break that phone so he gets tired of buying a new one.
Right. The blind leading, at least Liz. So destroy the phone repeatedly until he gets tired of buying a new one.
He's telling me I should have defended him.
Defended him for what?
You can't defend when the proof is there.
I love him so much, but I am on my breaking point. I am living on my own. I am financially stable for everything.
So I'll talk about something that I don't know if I've talked about with Liz before, and I don't know if this is true, obviously, but I will talk generally, that there are individuals who, because of their early childhood experiences, they put themselves on the back burner because they have to. Other people are putting themselves on the back burner. Or another way of seeing it is that they don't really know their needs. They have a vague understanding of what they need, but mainly they're trying to please other people. And so they recognize that they want closeness and intimacy and loyalty and attachment security. And so as an adult, they encounter a relationship. It's sort of like you're on a boat on a misty, foggy evening as the sun is setting, and you're trying to find your home. And you have no compass, you have no way, and every once in a while you hear something. And oh, okay, I'll go that direction. I kind of feel like maybe I don't know if you hear my dog's barking. I kind of hear a dog. Is that my dog? I'll go in that direction. You don't have a clear path home, but you're looking for clues, and you sometimes will chase something that is actually not home. And you end up going in the opposite direction because you're not in connection with who you are and what you need and what you deserve. You'll be an adult and you're searching for attachment security, and you find someone that has a lot of the markers of someone that would be attachment secure with you, that would be a good partner. They really want to be with you. They keep coming back to you. They say they love you. They say they're sorry. They don't beat you the way the other people do. They sure, will abandon, but they always come back. They are jealous. Actually, that's a good thing because they love me so much, they don't want me to be with other people. I mean, that's a good thing, right? They want to have me all to themselves. That's a good thing, right? And so they will be heading in the opposite direction of what they need because they're seeing and they're hearing things that sound like a good relationship because they don't know what a good relationship looks like because they've never seen one, and they aren't really in touch with themselves, and they don't value themselves. They're just like, well, yeah, I mean, sure, he treats me like crap, but this is what I need. This is what everyone needs. Everyone needs a partner that wants to be with them, is jealous occasionally, and says they love you and says that they're sorry. And another aspect to this is, and if we get away from the boat metaphor, the individual is very, very scared of being alone because when they're alone, they fall into despair. They don't know what to do with themselves. They feel like they're going to screw things up because, it's another element that could be potentially present where the individual feels like they're a screw up. And unless someone is there to help them or to guide them or to checks and balances with them, they're always going to screw things up. And so they need that person. And they're in a relationship that isn't going very well and they feel it. They're just like, oh, this isn't going well. What are my options? Well, my options are to leave. But I know from experience that if I leave, and maybe even when we do temporarily break up, I'm terrified in those moments because I know I'm going to screw everything up. And then I do screw things up and unbeknownst to the individual, it's not because they are a screw up, but it's because life, and 2, they don't have a lot of experience doing things on their own, and 3, because they're so scared, you can sort of be so anxious that you just inevitably will screw things up because you're not thinking straight. And so I can't pull away because if I do, then I'm going to screw everything up. And also, who's to say I'm going to find someone different? And I could find someone even worse because I'm a terrible picker of partners. So at the very least, I know this person and it's not great, but it's not like it was before and I'm not alone. And the other element to this is that the individual will interpret intensity of feeling as love because they're not in touch with their feelings. They don't know what love looks like. They might have even seen love that involved a lot of fear and abuse and intimidation. So they feel hurt. They feel controlled. They feel maybe even abused. But it all gets mashed up into this association with love. I love this person. I am in love with this person. I have intense feelings for this person. I often think about this person. I'm trying to please this person. I want things to work out with this person. I must love this person. Yes, I love this person. This individual will go through a lot of healing, a lot of self-awareness, will actually be in a relationship that is way more healthy. They'll look back at that previous relationship and they'll say, that wasn't love that I was experiencing back then. I now know that. That was intense feeling. I was having intense feelings. I was having feelings of attraction because I was repulsed from being alone. That's not attraction. I was so scared of being alone and screwing things up that I was compelled towards this person. And I felt that compulsion and interpreted it as being compelled to that individual. But in reality, I was just compelled to anyone away from being alone. I also was experiencing a lot of pain and a lot of hurt, but at least it was something. And so I interpreted that as love, but it was actually pain that I was feeling. But I didn't even know what love felt like because I'd never actually felt secure, safe love before like I do now. This is very different than it was before. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Let's talk about self-awareness. I'm often talking about a connection with the self, a connection with who you are, what you want, what you need, this kind of thing. And how for some people, since they weren't attuned to enough as a child, they don't have a strong connection with the self, and therefore they have to go through a lot of therapy to get in connection with the self. But really, I don't know anyone who doesn't cut themselves off from their needs. None of us were 100% attuned to 100% of the time. And of course, that's where therapy can help everybody. And as a therapist, I've witnessed clients discover mind-blowing aspects of themselves that really helped them in their lives. Well, that's where BetterHelp comes in. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who can take you on that journey of self-discovery wherever you are. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient and flexible to your schedule. So discover your potential with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/Kirk today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Kirk.
He's telling me I should have defended him.
Defended him for what? You can't defend when the proof is there.
I love him so much, but I am on my breaking point. I am living on my own. I am financially stable for everything. I don't need his help. I want him. I love him. I do not want to be used. I'm not dealing with this anymore.
Now, it does not mean that the relationship is doomed. I've worked with much more dysfunctional couples than them. If they both went to individual and couple therapy in a meaningful way for 5 years, at the end of that period of time, either together or individually, things in all likelihood would improve. So they're not doomed. They have regular run-of-the-mill therapy sorts of issues.
About a lot of things, but I know that he would never talk to his wife the way that Ed talked to you today, and I would never do that to my wife. So seeing that today really bothered me, and that's why I stuck up for you in that situation, because I don't think that should happen to anyone.
I really do love him.
No, I think from my point of view, I see that, and I don't know if the feeling's mutual for him.
I put up with so much. I've lost all my friends.
So what do you think, right? You get
I've lost all my friends. Who knows what that means? It could just mean her friends were bad friends and didn't stick around. It could mean also that she's being controlled and the friends are being pushed out by Ed. I don't know.
gave him back the ring today. Like, how do you feel
Oh, he
about
asked for it.
I know, but like, you handed it over, like, I don't know, you don't even try to talk about what was going on. You were just like, okay, here.
With all the disrespect, no, I don't want to marry him. And then he's like, all right, give me my ring back. What was I going to do? No, like, I don't know how to do that.
You just give up and walk away?
No, I wouldn't give up and walk away.
Come on.
It would take time for
Don't be
that.
such a pussy.
Wait, what is he saying? Is he saying, look, I asked for the ring back and you're a pussy because you gave it back? Is that what he's saying?
You don't even try to talk about what was going on. You were just like, okay, here.
With all the disrespect, no, I don't want to marry him. And then he's like, all right, give me my ring back. What was I going to do? No, like, I don't know how to do that.
You just give up and walk away?
No, I wouldn't give up and walk away.
Come on.
I mean, they're editing this, but that's the way it looks like. What Ed is saying is that he is blaming her for actually giving the ring back when he asked for it back.
It would take time for
Don't be
that.
such a pussy. If I have to go through what she's put me through that you don't see.
Ed, listen to me.
Listen.
You do not talk to women like that.
So I appreciate the effort that Jovi and Andre are putting forth to help not only support Liz, but also maybe confront Ed. But their languaging is, I don't think it's very helpful, and I don't think it's very accurate. They're framing it in men don't talk to women that way. There's like, I would never talk to my wife this way. Instead of people shouldn't talk to people that way. What does that have to do with men and women? Certainly a lot of men will talk to women, but a lot of women talk to men. I mean, just like Angela. Anyway, so it's just people, one. Two, that's full stop what they'll say, Jovi and Andre. It's like, you just don't say that. You just don't say that to women. You just don't say that to your wife. You don't say that to your fiance. You just don't say that. Okay, so, but you got anything else?
Here's what happened today. I had 6 of you jumping on me. And the one person that I would expect that would support me starts acting like an attorney, goes over and reads a text like I'm a third grader. Basically calling me a liar.
Yeah, so I would guess that Ed is further, okay, I don't know. I can't know. I don't know. But if I heard this from a client, and I had seen the situation, then I would strongly start to suspect a strong perceptual disturbance in the individual. That it's not just something that the individual is saying randomly. They literally believe the premise that they're operating from, that everything is through this filter or they remember things differently. We often will attribute this sort of personality disorder to women, but some research demonstrates that an equal amount of men could suffer from this as well. These individuals will be convinced of things semi-delusionally. I think there's a possibility that given his relational traumas, he might actually believe everything that he's saying. And he's like, no, this happened. And of course, I know enough to know that I could never diagnose from afar, but the way he's coming across, because he knows everyone was there. It's on camera, it's filmed, and he keeps doubling down on this idea that he was the one that was being persecuted. And she goes up, and just that visual, she goes up to that text and is scrutinizing it like she's a teacher or something, like she's over me, like she's superior to me. How dare she? All that happened was there was a display with the text and she couldn't see it. So she walked over to the screen and read it. That's all she did. And plus, how does one do that in a superior way to him, as if she was a teacher? There was a text that indicated that Ed had reached out to someone and wanted to get back together with her. And he was claiming that never happened.
I mean, and the one person that I would expect that would support me starts acting like an attorney.
And this perceptual disorder, this characterological issue, often will be typified, exemplified, characterized by the individual believing they're constantly being persecuted, that everyone is out to get them, that everyone is treating them unfairly. I will have clients with this condition who will think that I'm treating them unfairly, and certainly sometimes maybe I am, not to the degree that they're reacting to me, but yeah, there might be a grain of truth to it. But sometimes they believe I'm treating them unfairly when I know that is just absolutely not happening. Like, for example, I might have a client with this issue who will say to me that they want to go, or well, to be more specific in a more subtle way, they'll come into, say, the 20th session and they'll say, last session, the 19th session, you ended the session right on time. And my appointment is from 2 to 2:55, and you ended the appointment as soon as it turned 2:55. And I just feel like that's some serious bullshit. I mean, what kind of a therapist do you think you are, treating me that way? Like, no joke. It's not. They're not making stuff. It feels that way to them. They feel completely persecuted because they were persecuted in the past, and they're transferring on to me. It's a normal part of therapy. Welcomed, in fact. It's like, give me it. I can take it. Other people out there might not be able to take it. I know how to work with it, and I don't take it personally, and I know it's not my fault. Let's talk about it. How do you feel? I'm sorry. You know, that kind of. They might say that to me, and they think everyone is persecuting them. Everyone is constantly betraying them. Everyone is constantly unfairly treating them in this really horrific way. And it was true in the past, not true right now. And of course, if you really believe that's happening, I mean, imagine if you really believed that a group of people, including your partner who's supposed to be in your corner, was treating you just like absolute crap and was trying to show off in front of everyone. That would make you feel really bad. You would be really hurt, and you'd feel very justified in going on the offensive. Like, how dare you treat me that way? It makes sense. But if you're perceiving things through a distorted lens, then you're operating from a distorted place. All right, well, that is it for that episode. Everyone out there, please take care of yourself because you deserve it. You really, really do.